trainer Simon Hicks is the match referee, Sue Greenwater and Mel Smith will be keeping score. Worcestershire win the toss to the Rapids of Athletics.
Forty-three, 46. Yeah. That's what makes it hard, isn't it? It was like really massive all the time, even when it's six.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to New Road for. Oh, good, we're there.
Welcome to New Road for the Bears and the Rapids. Worcestershire currently.
Well, a very good evening everybody and welcome to New Road, a gloriously sunny late afternoon here, the perfect setting for a very important game here for both sides. In fact, the final home match in the group stages in the T20 Blast for the Worcestershire Rapids, and it's their old friends and local rivals, the Birmingham Bears, the visitors today in the first of a double header. They play twice in the next week. 2 of the last 3 games against the Bears, so it's this little rivalry that will go a long way determining Worcester Rapids' ultimate quarter-final destiny. At the moment it looks pretty good. Worcestershire in 3rd place on 12 points from their 11 games so far. They are 1 point and 2 places above the Bears. Durham is the team separating them. At the moment, Notts Outlaws leading, 17 points from their 11 matches, and a bit of daylight between them and Yorkshire, a couple of points further back, and then they are 3 points ahead of the Rapids. So those top 2 broken away a little bit, but with still 3 games to go. Anything could happen potentially. It's going to be a right old scramble to get into those top 4 slots, and this double header is going to be absolutely crucial for both sides, but particularly for the Rapids, who have their destiny in their own hands at the moment. I'm Dan Wheeler, alongside me Sally Bentley-Reid. Hi to you, Sal.
Hi Dan.
Give us the toss news, will you, Sal?
Oh well indeed, the toss took place a short time ago and was won by the Worcestershire Rapids, who decided to bat today. And the teams line up as follows. So for the Worcestershire Rapids, number 15 Brett D'Oliveira, number 99 Ricky Vessels, number 2 Jake Libby, number 10 Rapids captain and wicketkeeper Ben Cox, number 44 Ross Whiteley, number 30 Ed Barnard, number 27 Darryl Mitchell, number 7 Ben Dorcius, number 18 Ish Sodhi, number 22 Dylan Pennington, and number 31 Charlie Morris, unchanged from their last outing a week ago. And the Birmingham Bears today are number 28 Ed Pollock, number 35 Captain Will Rose, number 16 Sam Hain, number 21 Adam Hose, number 61 wicketkeeper Michael Burgess, number 18 Craig Miles, number 23 Jake Lintott, number 2 Jacob Bethel, number 7 Matt Lamb, number 17 Rob Yates, and number 22 Ryan Sidebottom.
Thanks, Al. So how do you see it now then, with 3 games to go? There's double header against the Bears. I mean, if you ask the Rapids, they take this position at the moment pretty much because their destiny, as I mentioned, is in their own hands, but these fixtures impossible to predict, particularly when Birmingham are in town. They do usually raise their game when they take on the Worcestershire for obvious reasons, but Worcestershire at least come into this in decent nick, don't they? 3 wins in the last 4.
I think so. I think you'd say sort of form or slightly more consistency with them when you look at some of the Warwickshire results. I think they've had a week off. Warwickshire, Birmingham Bears been playing county championship, so it'd be interesting to see that, because a little bit of a run, and then they had a good game against Derbyshire. But I think I'd be looking, you want to be winning 2 of the three games. You've got Birmingham this evening, Birmingham a week today, and then finally away at Leicestershire Foxes on the week on Sunday. I think, looking at the Leicestershire position, looking at the Birmingham team, like you say, the sort of rivalry of the years, but if you look at that Birmingham team, they're missing some big names. They're missing 42 wickets in the T20 this year already, with Brathwaite, Bresnan and Briggs all out. I don't think, maybe take Sam Hain out, they're not really going to fear that Birmingham team. So, but I would think they'd want at least 2 wins from those last 3 games.
Yeah, to be safe, I think you're probably right. No Carl Myers either for the Bears tonight. He was brought in for the last 3 group matches, the West Indian, but he's not made it into the squad tonight. We understand some admin reasons around COVID testing might be the reason for that. It's a shame because everyone, I guess, can remember his glorious debut in Test cricket. Anyway, we scored that double hundred against Bangladesh back in February, so it's a shame we won't see him tonight. But as I mentioned, the Rapids are in pretty good shape with 3 wins from their last 4 games. Last time we were here, they saw off Durham by 8 wickets. Then they went on the road. Leicestershire was the last game here, beg your pardon. Then they went on the road up to Old Trafford to play Lancashire, and they lost that game by 34 runs. So a huge game on the 2nd of July against Derbyshire. Had to win it to stay in contention, and they did by 14 runs.
It's off again, and bowls to Vessels, who clips this up to mid-on and is caught. And that is a very tame dismissal, a very simple catch for Lewis Reed. As Hudson Prentice bowls, that's down the leg side. Good stop there, well, routine stop in fact by George Scrimshaw. They'd go through for the single. I always think that at 5 it would have been over that, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. D'Oliveira waits, drives down the ground. Critchley gets a hand on it, and Libby has run out. That most unfortunate. City end. Bowls. D'Oliveira's down, drives in the air, gone, caught. Good catch. Tumbling away to his right-hand side. Lewis Rees, I think it was.
Remarkable game. Matty McKinnon to continue from the race course end, and it's pushed out very nicely by Ross Whiteley out towards, well, so nicely, it's gone for 4. McKinnon again, he goes for the little scoop this time. There is a man there at short, fine leg. It's Big George, and he manages to get down and stop the ball.
Before he comes into bowl. And this ball to Cox is whipped away off the leg stump down towards fine leg. Might get all the way to the boundary. Does get all the way to the boundary. Well timed. Scrimshaw in bowls. Cox whips this one away in the air. And he's picked up 4 more. Exactly the same place. And he got the 4 at the start of the over. Whipped it.
Third over. Gone for 14 so far. That's driven straight back down the ground though. 4 by Ross Whiteley. And Ben Cox had to get out of the way sharpish there. It was. This one is driven down the ground, and that's 6. That's a big 6. It's hit 3/4 of the way up the side screen at this end, and Whiteley looks to be in the mood. I said that he...
And Whiteley whacks this one away through square leg, gone for 4. Really connected with that one, Ross Whiteley. Harry came out there on the boundary. Whiteley waits again, once again repeats the shot, pulls it away, exactly the same place. It's deja vu all over again, Rodney. 4 more.
Get it as Cox waits and pulls it into the leg side. So the 50 partnership with that single has come off 33. And bowls a flatter one. It's clubbed out over the head of Finn Hudson Prentice at long on for 6. Big Oliveira for 43, but Ross Whiteley is in full flow here. He might get caught on the boundary, and oh, what a catch by Logan Van Beek out in the deep. He had to. Ben Cox on 30 weight. Scrimshaw bowls a short delivery. It's in the air. It's gone straight to. Well, in fact, it's Scrimshaw who takes the catch. So it's Jake Dernbach again. Bowls. That one's in the air. Is this a catching opportunity? No, not even for. Logan Van Beek, who hurls the ball back in and keeps it. As this one is guided off an edge down to a very, very fine third man, deliberately for 4 runs by Ed Barnard. He moves on to 6-1.
And this is gone way across his crease. This is a ball that's about a foot outside the off stump, and he's lap sweep hook plummeted it.
Back is in, and balls to Dwarshes, who puts that one straight up in the air. Dernbach says, I'll have this one, and takes the catch. Caught and bowled, simple as you like. Dernbach has his 3rd wicket. He doesn't want anybody to
in from the city end, whacked, the ball goes straight back over his head, straight from whence it came. For 6, indicated by Ish. Next ball is whipped away. If D'Oliveira doesn't stop it, it's 4. He doesn't, and it is. D'Oliveira got down to his right, but didn't cut it off. Nice. Morrison again and bowls. Bowls in, middle stump, horrible shot, playing right across.
So he's in. Ramp, trap leg before wicket. Well, I was until about 10 seconds ago.
The total in the 10th is a reverse something, and he's gone, caught behind. went across the crease and tried to whip it away. What's he going to do? He waits and drives the ball down to Vessels. That long on. So another good out. Here's Sodi, and again bowls, and this might well get to the boundary. It is indeed. Nicely timed shot there, and it was
Matt Critchley who smacks it straight back down the ground for 4. That's a terrific blow from Matt Critchley, and it's exactly what Derbyshire needed, and I fancy it's Hawks. Round about this time, Critchley's pulled this one. That's gone straight to the fielder, and he is out. Matt Critchley goes. It was a very, very straight 24 for 4. Wood. Oh, I was going to say chops on. He's chopped it beyond the stumps and away to the fine leg boundary for 4.
And this ball is clubbed away in the air, but it's over the top of D'Oliveira at mid-off and away for 4. Well, a sliced and upper right in front of his stumps here and clubs this one away. It's in the air, and Ed Barnard this time takes the catch, stoops down and takes it. He's dropped a couple of fairly straightforward ones.
In bowls, and McKinnon drives him very nicely for 4 runs. It beats the 2 fielders. It was perfectly placed, if indeed it was placed. And hits this one out into the leg side and is caught on the boundary by, I imagine, Ross Whiteley, because that's normally where he is. His first delivery, that one slapped straight up in the air to Brett D'Oliveira, who takes the catch. And it's a duck, the first bowler for
City End.
So a terrific win for the Rapids in their last match against Derbyshire, and they come into this game in good shape then with 3 wins in the last 4. Don't really know what sort of performance Birmingham will serve up, because they've epitomised the undulating nature of T20 cricket this season. They lost their first game against Yorkshire, then won the next 4 matches, then after the abandonment at Old Trafford against Lancashire, lost 3 in a row. Then they bowled Yorkshire out for just 81 to win by 10 wickets, and in their last match they suffered something of a humiliation, bowled out for 63 by the Outlaws to lose by 144 runs. It was their lowest ever T20 total and their heaviest ever runs defeat as well. So not a good day at the office, it's fair to say, in their last match. So they'll be hoping for a lot better tonight. Worcestershire winning the toss and batting first, and we're going to see spin to start proceedings. 2 men out in these early stages, of course. The men in the deep are at deep mid-wicket. Still no joy here for Vessels. Jacob Bethel is another interesting character. He's just 17 years of age. Nicely put away this time by Vessels though. Found the gap, timed it immaculately, and away it goes. So the Rapids are on the board with the first boundary for Ricky Vessels. approaching 650 runs in his long T20 career against the Bears, Ricky Vessels. And he's got the full toss through. Just straying with his line and length there, Bethel.
He's got over 5,500 T20 runs. That's a lot, isn't it? In his career.
That is a lot.
Although that's since 2005, so equally that's a fair few years.
He's been around a while. End of the first over then from Bethel. As mentioned, just 17, born in Barbados, playing only his third T20 game. But obviously they rate him very, very highly at Edgbaston. Best batsman they reckon they've seen since Ian Bell. High praise indeed for Jacob Bethel. 9 without loss off that first over.
Continuing with pace off, the Birmingham Bears, Rob Yates. Worked away by Vessels, push for 2. Wayward throw by Craig Miles.
You're protecting this leg side boundary against Ricky Vessels, that strong right hand out at long on and deep mid wicket. The boundary riders.
Olivier wanted a run but hit too cleanly there to Will Rhodes on the edge of the circle. Olivier scored 43 in the last outing. Full toss from Yates. Vessels, who hasn't quite scored so heavily in the last couple of games, 27 and 17, these 2 away games last week. And on the onside.
Yeah, you mentioned Vessels' run, so it's worth repeating. Over 5,500 in his career, as you said, third in the list of the most runs in T20 cricket in England. Only Joe Denley and Luke Wright are above him. Those 3 are the only men with more than 4,000 runs. So just shows you what he's achieved in a lengthy career, but a very good one.
Puts into some context then when you're on over 5,500. 5,649 coming into this game. Strike rate of almost 136.
So Bethel is off. Craig Miles is going to carry on from the Basil D'Oliveira end. 15 off the first 2 overs. D'Oliveira to face, played his 100th T20 game for the Rapids against Durham here a couple of home games ago. And he's timed that nicely, found the gap more importantly through points, and away it goes. D'Oliveira finds his boundary form, his first 4, 19 without loss. Such a consistent performer for the Rapids in this competition. 3 half centuries, he's got 2 personal bests, updated it against Leicestershire here in the last home game, and away it goes again. That'll be 4 more in front of square this time. And Miles just not quite got his length right here.
It's been likened to Stuart Broad, Miles, by Warwickshire.
Does he not bother to look at the umpire then when there's an LBW appeal?
And give away your thoughts on Stuart Broad if you comment too heavily like that.
Nicely run. Following up those 2 4s with a cheeky quick single.
I can see what they mean actually.
Yeah, I mean if he's half as good as Stuart Broad, then
it's quite some accolade,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah.
6'4".
Oh, beautifully guided. Just waited for it, Vessels, to use the pace, had the width, and helped himself in the end. No one down there, of course. 4 more to him, 28 without loss. It's the 3rd boundary off this over. And Worcestershire off to a very fast start here. Vessels 17 from 10. Approaching 300 runs for the season. Needed 35 before the start of tonight's match. He's now comfortably through 650 against the Bears. 3 half-centuries, highest score of 70. Has played more games against the Bears than anyone else.
You know, head-to-head record, they've played each other 31 times.
It's pretty even, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's got it over mid-wicket. There is a man out there, but he'll do very well actually to cut it off, and he's done so. So only 2. Vessels, when he made connection there and got that just over mid-wicket on the edge of the circle, must have thought he'd been in a decent chance of getting 4, but very good work out in the deep. Meant it was only 2, but 15 runs off that first over from Craig Miles.
Yeah, just going back to the head-to-heads, the Rapids have won 14 and the Bears, or Warwickshire as they would have at a time been, 17. So it's fairly even. The last 5 played matches, it's 2 each and an abandonment. Yates is going to bowl a second over. They're working it out just to keep rotating the strike when those boundaries aren't there. These 2. Don't say it really, but they both look in good nick, don't they? Good touch this evening. I know. Shouldn't say it. Gone through for it. Leg by.
Yeah, 67 was his career best against Durham at the time, and then 69 in the last home game here against Leicestershire.
Just pipped it, didn't he? And he beats the circle. That one will race away for 4. Out through the backward point. Regent. 4 more to D'Oliveira.
I mean, it's an excellent point you made actually, the 42 wicket hole that's appeared in this Bears squad with the loss of Brathwaite.
Can I have that noted?
Can you have what?
Have it noted.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
18.
framed.
Yeah, 18 from Carlos Brathwaite. 18 at 7.53 economy. That's some wickets. 12 for the other 2.
A lot to make up, isn't it?
It is. Oliveira comes to make that one on the full. Down to Hain. Coming up from long on. Really keeping the scoring going, aren't they? It's not a boundary, taking the 1 or 2. Last ball of Yates's. Second over. And another single. Worcestershire up to 38 from the first 4 overs. Great start for them this evening. But no, yeah, it is. I mean, it's a big loss, isn't it, from the 3 Bs? You say that quickly. Brathwaite, Bresnan, Briggs. You're missing the bowling. What else can you have?
The brilliant bowling.
Brilliant bowling of Brathwaite, Bresnan, Briggs.
I have enough trouble speaking as it is. I don't need tongue twisters. Ryan Sidebottom into the attack, making his T20 debut tonight. Has had some match practice, was part of the County Championship side against Durham in the latest round of fixtures. Of course, rather incongruously, we have a derby between these two in red ball cricket, sandwiched between the 2 Blast games, starting here on Sunday.
It's quite an odd bit of scheduling, isn't it?
You get that though, don't you? Tend to get that these days. Just a single. Good looking stroke from D'Oliveira.
Deserved more than one, didn't it?
Possibly their tickets got cancelled or whatever. And he never heard from his friend again, whether he went even went to the ballot or he checked the last year. So they're the top of those now. So we're not 100% now, still in the house.
Kept a touch low. Third man, Matt Lamb, is right back now. And there's a deep square leg. One more over of the power play after this one. Good Yorker from Sidebottom. As could do with a quiet over here. 3 off the first 4 deliveries. Beautifully played. Well, it was a quiet over until that shot from Brett D'Oliveira. A rowdy end to it. 6 runs. Lovely pickup. And just thudded into the base of the boundary boards beyond the boundary rope. The first 6 of the match. D'Oliveira's up to 24 from 12. And Worcestershire now touching 50 here. 47 without loss.
That's a glorious shot, wasn't it?
All was quiet before they smacked him back over his head for 6. That's a full toss, and D'Oliveira's cheekily managed to get the ramp shot out in time, and just enough on it to get it away from Michael Burgess to end the over 6 and 4. So what was a quiet over has turned into a very noisy one for the Rapids. The 50 is up. 13 off that over. D'Oliveira up to 28. From just 13 balls.
Letting Yates have a third on this new road end. Most economical so far. Flicked by Vessels off his toes, that probably will run away for 4 more, and it does. I think going back to that point about missing the 3 Bs for Warwickshire, and I think we said it beforehand, it's not a sort of particularly scary Birmingham Bears team, and especially if you sort of take out Sam Hain, who could have been mixed in with England. You know, you look at the bowling attack that the Bears have got.
Yeah,
Fantastic
it'd certainly
running.
give you a bit of confidence, wouldn't it, to knowing those 3 aren't going to play.
Well, without those 3, I mean, Miles got 10 wickets this season coming into it. Lintott 12. Jacob Bethel's just played the 2 games against Durham. Only bowled 4 overs, no wickets. So
there's a chance for them to pull it back, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yates is 2 balls, 3 balls, no, 2 balls into his 3rd over. And Miles and Sidebottom, yeah, they've gone for 28 runs between them, but still got 3 overs in the tank potentially. Power play is coming to an end.
another single. Reaching for that one, D'Oliveira slightly. That's long on, but just keeping that score ticking over. 29 apiece for Vessels and D'Oliveira now. D'Oliveira's off just 14. This one, Vessels flicks away for 4 more. Turns on it.
It's not a brilliant ball, is it? It's short. It's down the leg
Deserved it,
side, or
really.
certainly heading that way. And yeah, Vessels is not going to miss
Used it,
out on
didn't
that,
he?
is he?
Alright, nearly 11. 1 ball left in the power play. Finish up the power play with another single. 64 without loss. Worcestershire Rapids, their best power play this season by far. Not losing any wickets. And the highest runs in the 6 overs.
With their 2 heaviest run scorers in the competition as well. D'Oliveira is through 300 runs, and Ricky Vessels is almost there. He's 1 away, in fact. He's got 299 at the moment. So it's obviously a huge thing when your openers are in such good form. Whether they're at the crease together, whether one of them is scoring, perhaps while the other one has failed. Rhodes is the latest bowler to try and stem the tide here. Picked up 7 wickets so far. Got it away, just enough elevation on it, and easily down in the end to 3rd man for another 4. D'Oliveira up to 33 now, and Worcestershire continue the cruise here. 69 without loss now, going along at pretty much 11 runs and over. Fabulous platform they have now. And confidence is sky high here for D'Oliveira. Fancying his chances at giving the bowlers the charge. Oh, 2 men out there on the leg side in the deep. 3 if you count long on, who's quite straight. flash down to third man. He stands on his own now, Brett D'Oliveira, in fourth spot in the pantheon of half-century makers in T20 cricket for the Rapids. He's got 8 so far in total, 3 this season. Only Vikram Solanki, Graham Hick and Moeen Ali have more. Edging towards 50 T20 wickets as well. 46 at the moment. He's had a very good season in all forms. Not quite for Ricky Vessels, eyeing up somewhere near the cathedral and losing his off stump in the process, but he's done his job. Terrific knock, 35 from 24. Worcestershire lose their first wicket with 70 on the board. What a platform he and Brett D'Oliveira have given them here. Last ball of the 7th over. Rhodes striking with that final ball, with 6 runs coming from it, his first over. So at last some success for Birmingham.
I think that was going to be in the practice net somewhere, wasn't it? Connected with that one.
So yeah. One bounce in the car park into the river. Libby the new man, and Lintott the new bowler. A left arm leg spin, don't see too much of that, do you, these days?
Yeah.
7 wickets this season. 26 from 20 T20 appearances.
Edge on that one from Libby. Yeah, I think Lintott has said he's got the element of surprise. He can spin it both ways, deceiving the batsman. Handy in this form of the game.
Well, he was in the wickets against Notts in the last match, 3 for 28, before it all went horribly wrong with the bat for Birmingham.
Full toss on hit away by Libby. Wanted to come back for a second. Throw coming in from Ryan Sidebottom. Decides not to. He did well in the blast last year as well. Whirling his arms. Chases after it to his own fielding as well.
It wasn't really left with much choice.
No,
Was he?
it wasn't.
With the 2 fielders in the deep to his right, and he couldn't afford to have waited for them really, because they might well have come back for another run.
Yeah, Bethel down in front of the marquee. We'll see. More fielders out now. Into the power play. 1 ball left of the 8th. Maybe he doesn't quite read that one either. 75 for 1 after 8. He's been at head of cricket at Queen's College in Taunton.
Was he?
Before contacting Warwickshire and asking to play for their seconds.
Played for Gloucestershire and Hampshire as well, hasn't he?
But only T20. Only really in T20 form.
Oh, he's certainly got hold of that. That's out the ground. Tremendous hit from Brett D'Oliveira. Minimal effort. It was all in the timing. That went miles. 6 more. He's into the 40s now. 43. 81 for 1. Can we have our ball back? I'm not sure we can, actually.
I'm glad now, parked next to the practice wickets and not on the other car park.
I'm in that car park, actually. Nice chap on the gate let me park there instead of...
He let you on the tarmac?
He did let me on the tarmac. It's probably
I only got there the
a white
first game
ball in
and
the
then
middle of my
had to move.
windscreen now, I suspect. Now, what sort of replies Rhodes got here? Well, at least he's got a dot ball. Second 6 for Brett D'Oliveira.
Won't beat that clip of the guy who hit the 6 into his own car windscreen though.
On the up this time. Might get a couple if they're quick. And they are. Got to stay on your toes when you're batting with D'Oliveira, haven't you? Crikey. Jake living at
Like
the
a
end.
whippet, isn't he?
He's got to stay on this. Slower ball. Almost foxes D'Oliveira, but he's seeing it big at the moment.
He ran him out, didn't he? Against Derbyshire, inadvertently.
So he did, yes. Yeah.
And D'Oliveira had that done to him by Vessel. That's twice now it's happened this season.
Goes big again. Could be in trouble though. Juggles it but holds it. D'Oliveira's gone. Going for the big hit that would have brought up his half century. Not quite getting all of it. But like Ricky Vessels, he can't be too disappointed because a really good innings at the top of the order. Out for 45, so it isn't a 4th half century of the tournament for Brett D'Oliveira, but nevertheless 45 from 25. Very good indeed. 1 ball left of the 9th over. Ben Cox, the captain, is the new batsman. Rhodes picks up his 2nd wicket. Adam Hose, the juggling fielder in the deep, hanging on at the 2nd attempt. D'Oliveira 45 from 25, 5 4s and 2 6s. Into the 9th over, 84 for 2, so 9 runs coming off that with a loss of D'Oliveira. Run rate's just a touch over 9 now.
Lintop is 2nd over. And worked away. Cox was interested in the 2nd then, but Libby in fact had his back to him. I think it went fairly directly out to long off that they'd only take a single. Good platform from D'Oliveira and Vessels this evening though against the Bears. Another quick single.
Couple of good scores in his last couple of knocks. Ben Cox 36 against Lancashire and 30 in the win at the county ground against Derbyshire.
Worked into space but hosed as well to cut it off, keep them to 2 just inside the rope.
Decent average as well against the Bears, 30. High score of 46 not out.
Hayne runs up quickly to field that one. There's a warning from the umpire. You're only meant to bounce it in once. I think that bounced about 10 times by the time he got to Burgess. Dribbled along the ground in the end. Cox works out. Well fielded by Miles. They still come back for the second. Again, backward square. Let's take another single. 92 for 2, the Rapids. So 8 more from that over from Lintott. I should imagine Ben Cox was quite glad of a week off with his toe, having been hobbling around still for the last week or so before that.
And have a bit of a break mentally, I would think, too. Captaining now and keeping wicket. Trying to think of all those plans, where to put fielders and to remember to catch the ball.
It's quite a heavy workload, that, isn't it, for him? I'm sure he's enjoying it still.
So Bethel's coming back, 1 over for 9 so far. Signed a 3-year deal in January at Warwickshire. He'd been at the club since he was at under 13s level. Spotted while at rugby school by the former Warwickshire captain Michael Powell. He's muscled that away. Might go for 4. It does. Full toss, but still needed steering in the right direction from Jake Libby. And safely negotiated the inner ring and then got it between the 2 fielders in the deep as well. Out to extra cover. 97 for 2. Ten 11, 10 and 12 in his last 3 for Jake Libby.
I was just about to say that.
16 for 100 runs against Warwickshire. This is his 4th innings, his 6th match against them. First wide, first extra of the Bears innings. There was a leg by, I think, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was one leg by quite early on.
First proper extra. 100 is up as a result of that wide. Hayne on the edge of the circle. End of the over. 100 is up in that over from Jake Bethel. 9 runs off it. 101 for 2. Libby 13. Cox 5. The men out. Ricky Vessels bowled by Will Rhodes for 35, and D'Oliveira caught in the deep by Adam Hose at the second attempt at deep mid wicket off Rhodes. D'Oliveira going for 45. Those two putting on 70 for the first wicket. Side bottom is back.
Yes. Hit hard by Libby. Wants a second. Kane does the fielding.
As well as he timed that, they both decided it was 2 right from the first second, and had no room for any hesitation now. They'd have been in trouble. It was well run.
Haynes quite straight, isn't it? Lawrence had to move round to his right.
Yeah, but putting the pressure back on the fielder.
Yeah. Can hear them, see them at the corner right. They do run well. Worcestershire Rapids, even with Brett D'Oliveira no longer out there, the others all still run well. Certainly in the top order. Maybe smacks that one down. A couple of bounces, didn't quite time it. Straighter to Hayne. Tried the ball before but couldn't get it away either. Need to be grateful for a score this evening, really. 78 is best. Came this season against Durham, didn't it? Full Yorker. Still run through for that quick single. Keep rotating the strike. Lintop not quite on the edge of the circle. Mid wicket to do the fielding. Quick across the ground. High ball, it's gone high in the air. Will it drop short? Gets to it. Can't take the catch. Craig Miles came in to meet it. Don't think he could quite get to it. It dropped just short of him, I think.
No, I think it carried.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it carried. That was a chance.
Just went through, did it?
Yeah,
Went through his hands.
He got there.
Or through his arms. Did you almost get her too far?
Almost overran it, maybe. I don't know. Should have been taken.
A wider delivery.
He's done his
Libby
best
let that go past. End up going past him.
Suggest that should have been called a wide.
Well, a few Rapids catches were not taken, were they, in the 2 games on the road? Probably misjudgment from Dorcas, both in the second over against Lancashire. Barnard dropped one which went straight through his hands, didn't it? He was looking into the sun, but we'd expect to take that. One that Mitchell couldn't quite get to in the third over as well. And then Barnard dropped another at Derbyshire in the second over.
£107 for 2. Miles is back. Oh, that's lovely. Really lovely from Cox. He won't get 4. Nicely picked up. Ed Pollock is down at fine leg. Miles comes into this game decent, Nick. 5 for 62 he took in the championship match against Durham. In that game that was drawn, it was heavily affected by the weather. Also taken a personal best, 3 for 19 in the victory over Yorkshire in this competition. And they'll sneak through here for a bye. Slightly slower into the pitch from Miles. Seeing 1-6 disappear over the top of the electronic scoreboard. Thanks to Brett D'Oliveira. And Libby trying to repeat the dose. Just 2 runs off the over so far.
Doesn't hit a lot of 6s though, does he, Libby? On the whole.
Not on the whole, no. He's more of a
6 for Worcestershire.
a pusher and a nudger and a cutter and a forer, isn't he?
Yeah. 46 fours. For Worcestershire, anyway.
Got hold of that one. Oh, very well caught. Really well done. Looks like Sidebottom's held on to a fabulous effort there. Shades of Ross Whiteley. And Libby's got to go. 18 off 19. He managed to roll his wrists on it. It was going down all the time, but well, he's a tall man, Ryan Sidebottom. He needed every inch of his frame there to get down and grab that just above the turf. Brilliant effort. 110 for 3. So, Ross Whiteley-esque catch from Ryan Sidebottom, and now we've got the real thing. Out to join Ben Cox.
It was that sort of launch forward, wasn't it?
Well, it looked like he wasn't going to get there initially, and then that final dive.
Timed to perfection, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good. Really good. Disappointment for Libby. The Bears strike again. Run rate now just over 8.5. 1 ball left of this over from Miles. Batsman cross, so Whiteley's not going to face the next over either, as Cox takes a single to finish it. 111 for 3. So a wicket and just 6 runs. Sorry, 4 runs. Put down 113 for some reason. .111 for 3. Whiteley yet to face a ball. Cox has 9. He's only been in for 8 deliveries. 7 overs to go. So they'll want to get obviously upwards towards 200 if they can. Current rate will get them around about 180, something like that.
Another over from Jake Lintott is 2, have gone for 13 so far. Keeping the score down. Those 2 overs from him. Cox watching it. Won't get 2 there. Miles running in from in front of the Graham Hick Pavilion to field that one.
Well, they've got Daryl Mitchell's next to come in. Barnard, Dorshire, Sodhi, Pennington, Morris. But I want these two to shoulder most of these remaining 6 and a bit overs.
Whiteley for his first ball. Very cautious. Yeah. I want these two, as you say, Dan, to push on the score quite considerably after the start they've had. Whiteley tries. And with an edge on that, goes away to fine square leg.
Yeah, and they'll
Just
know
one.
that if these two can come off, then score 200 is definitely on. But as we know, it can change very, very quickly.
Cox goes big, that should be 6, and it is.
Very well held as well by the gentleman. Was it Josh Dell, I'm being told? Why isn't he playing?
Good hands.
I was going to say he made it look so easy, it's almost as if he was a cricketer.
Almost a professional.
Very good there in the seats in front of the hotel there.
That requires the ball to be cleaned, but also the player's hands. Needs it down there. Needs sanitising as well.
Cox's first 6, the third one of the Rapids innings.
Adam Hose had to come in from his fielding position to get his hands clean. One ball left in Lintop's third over. Cox this time tries to flick it, can't get it past the man at short fine leg. 120 for 3 after 14.
9 off the over, thanks in large part to that 6 over long off from Ben Cox, 17 from a dozen deliveries. 120 now, so 6 overs remaining. 8.5 just over the run rate now. Just a single, might be quick here, and it was a million miles away, the throw coming in from Lintop.
I think he was safe.
Yeah, looked direct hit, might have made it interesting, but I think he was, yeah, you're right, he's safe. Side bottom into his third over now. None for 19 prior to that delivery.
Mitchell did a little warm up through that ladder thing, the rope ladder on the floor, but gone to sit back down now. Decided enough's enough.
Right, yeah. Does that replace the old tyres? You know, we used to do the knees up and the feet into the turns of tyres.
Going through the
forward.
different
I don't know.
sections.
Should be wide. He did fire it in side bottom, but can't bowl it there. Not timed by Whiteley, but such is the strength of the man, it still whistles its way down to backward square leg. for a single. Top score of 42 for Whiteley so far. That was in the very first game against the Notts Outlaws. Good looking stroke again from Cox, just for a single though. Controlled that pull shot very well. 7 wickets still in the tank. Rapids in a good position to really have a crack in these last 4 or 5 overs. That's a good ball though from side bottom. Somehow Whiteley's managed to get it away. They'll come back for 2. Just got the bat down on time. And the outside edge took it a bit of a way from third man.
He's fast across the outfield, isn't he, Ross Whiteley? But it's different than running between the wickets with the pads on and everything, isn't it, when you sort of bigger built.
Should be a wide again, and they'll run. They'll just take the one though, and they'll come back for 2. It's an expensive slip there from side bottom. Just had a bit of trouble with the left-hander this over. And 29 for 3. Extras now up to 8. Well, that's an emphatic reply. Whiteley looking to deposit him somewhere over the ladies' pavilion through square leg, and in the end, here's his off stump plucked out the ground. He's gone for 4. And Worcestershire lose their 4th wicket, 129 for 4. It's got to that sort of time in the innings where the push has got to happen. Ed Barnard will join his captain. 9 runs coming off the over so far. 1 more ball to come. Side bottom picks up his first T20 wicket. Taking a very good catch and taken what could be a very important wicket as well. Nicely dabbed by Barnard. They'll come back for 2. Got to get a shift on here, and they do. .131 for 4, so 11 runs off that over. 5 to go. So still looking for around about 180 plus here.
Lintop's going to bowl his 4th and final over. 3 overs gone for 22 so far. And harder to score from him, other than that. 6. Barnard tries to flick it round the corner. Just Dealing in singles though. As Dan said, they want to get 180 plus. Especially with that start, not losing the first wicket till they had 70 on the board. And 4 down. Struggling to time it out there. This one hit away by Barnard, but won't go to the boundary. They'll get 2. Cut off well by Rob Yates. Down in front of the scoreboard. 5 from the first 4 balls. Tries again. Needed to be quick and get home for a single. Lintop tried to take that, wasn't the best throw to him. This one again timed better by Cox, but picks out Bethel in the field and just one. Can break the fielders this time. 138 for the Rapids. Just 7 from the over. And 4 big overs to finish this innings off. Take momentum into their bowling. Lintop 4 overs for 29.
Miles is back, 2 overs, 1 for 18 so far, as the Bears look to close this down. 4 to go. Not the best of starts. Not sure he's made any contact there, Ben Cox. Threw the shot quite early. No. Leg by the signal. Again, eyeing up that leg side. And the trap is set. 2 fielders out there. 3 if you count deep backward square. Good bowling again from Miles into the pitch. Outside the off stump. Hard for the batsman to get it away and hit it to his field. So Cox answers with a bit of invention and he gets 4. It's a terrific effort by Ed Pollock, almost getting a hand to it. Not quite a strong enough one to stop it crossing the rope. And Cox finds a way just to release the shackles a little. 26 from 19 now. Typical Cox innings this. He's played some really impish little knocks when he's come in, little cameos. 26 off 10 balls against Northants, 17 off 9 against Durham. It's a good reply though from Miles. Coming back for 2, could be trouble. Would have been if it hit. Big sigh of relief for Ed Barnard.
Talking over the career runs and things for Ricky Vessels, Ben Cox would have passed 2,000 T20 runs.
Hasn't quite got that, but pick up a single. 148 for 4, 2 balls to go. Again, it's a nice end to the over from Miles. Good recovery there. 148 for 4, 10 runs from the over. Now with 3 overs to go. We need to go along, well, 10 and over here will get them just under 180. So that will remain still the target if they can. Warwickshire will settle for anything under that, obviously.
Will Rhodes has bowled 2 for 15. Bears captain is going to bowl his third. Cox on 29. Not going to get back for 2, or they're going to try. Slightly wayward throw from Sam Hain.
Well, if you
That's
go
the
really
right
early,
distance.
you've got a chance, haven't you, if you're going to hit it down to here, because the field is set quite deep. And as soon as he hit that, Cox, he was saying 2.
1 to 2, wants to be on strike.
And if you both go, you know, the odds are with you, I think.
Well, I think a lot of the time in T20 then, you're needing direct hits, aren't you, when they're quick as they are. Out to the offside, they want a quick single this time. What can only probably be described as an awful throw.
Not great cricket there all round. It wasn't a brilliant shot in terms of hit it straight to the man. Not a brilliant decision in terms of going for a run. And a terrible throw, you're right. If that had hit, Barnard was not in the frame, as they say.
Wrong side bottom with that throw. Barnard bowled, trying to flick it round. Well, onto the stumps, and he's gone. Gone for 7. Trying the quirky shots again to get the run rate up. But on this occasion, it hasn't worked for him.
Yeah, it's at that time of the innings where you've got to try something a bit different and more risky. 151 for 5.
To be fair to him, a number of times they have worked in some of the matches he's come in, and it was the Tide game here, wasn't it, or one of the early games here when he flicked the couple away, got a 6 and a 4, and would have got a third boundary.
Yeah, got 10, didn't he? I
just
think
inside
64,
the rope.
The knots.
Yeah, sent Ben Dorshers in.
So 3 balls to go of this over. 150 is up.
Rhodes' his third wicket this evening.
Anything under 170, I think the Bears will regard that as a bit of a victory.
Seems to have got harder to have timed the ball as the innings has gone on as well. He's got older, and fairly destructive first 7 overs. 70 of the first 7. Rhodes halfway through his over. Dorshers on strike. Cut away. Through the hands of Jake Limper. take 2.
Well, Rhodes has been excellent. Was he got 3 for 19?
Yeah.
His career best at the moment, beating 3 for 27.
This one still not cleanly fielded by Lintop. Clean enough they couldn't take the run, the Rapids, on that occasion. Another misfield. Side bottom again. Means they do get a single to end the over. 154 for 5.
6 runs and a wicket for the Birmingham Bears. Just applying the brakes ever so slightly.
It's those wickets, isn't it? Just chipping away after they got to 70, and 70, 83, 110, 129, 151. No real partnerships then.
Yeah, just that first one between Vessels and D'Oliveira of 70.
You say it, don't we, time and time again, if you want to slow that run rate, taking the wickets, isn't it?
Certainly is. 12 balls to go in this innings. Now that sort of stage where Dorsius will just try and get off strike and let Cox take as much of the bowling as he can. Side bottom is going to finish off his allotted overs tonight. 3 overs, 1 for 30. Well, they'll run the single here, and Cox is down the other end in a flash. Textbook backing up from Ben Cox. He was off, I think, even before Dorsius had hit the ball. Running to the danger end. Dorsius has done his job there. Giving his captain the bulk of the over. 155 for 5. Just the single. Well, that'll do. Not where he intended, but it's the perfect result for the Rapids. 4 runs. Like Ross Whiteley before him, who lost his stumps when he tried a similar shot. A healthy inside edge from the bat of Ben Dorsius. And away for a precious boundary. 160 for 5. 3 balls to go. Very high bouncer. But, umpire merely giving the single of 1 for the over. Good stuff from side bottom, the bumper and the fast full ball. Not much Dorsius could do about that, but the crucial thing is he's got Cox down on strike. There's 1 ball left of the penultimate over. 180 still the target here. Not quite from Cox. Looking for something from the umpire. It's not going to come. Dot ball to finish. 161 for 5. 7 runs from that over from Ryan Sidebottom. He's done a good job with that last over. And with 1 over to go, the Rapids are 161 for 5. Cox 33. Dorses has 9. 8.5 has been their run rate so far. They need a big over now if they're going to threaten 180. And they've had their best bowler all night who's going to deliver it. Will Rhodes, 3 for 21.
Yeah, with figures like that, 7 and over, it's been hard to get away. Dorsh's moving around in his crease. As Dan mentioned, gets Cox on strike. This one should be away for 6, and it is straight into the chestnut tree, and Cox get hold of that one.
It was classic Ben Cox, wasn't it? That's one of his favourite shots. Just that little flick off a decent length ball that just got enough room to free his arms and get that wrist going. Right out the middle. That was 6 from the second it left his bat.
Tries to repeat it. It's not where he intended, but goes away for 4 more. Ed Pollock can't cut it off.
Well, for the Rapids now, it's not how, is it? It's how many they can get. Thick outside edge. Again, very hard to stop those. We saw from Dorsis in the last over, that big thick inside edge that went very fine for 4. There was a terrific effort at the end third man on the edge of the circle, but to no avail. 3 balls to go.
Another big one, so that's going to go high and into the hands of Hayne, who takes the catch down in front of us. Put his finger to his lips in a gesture to the crowd.
To shush the crowd, there are 1 or 2
jeers as that ball was in the air. He took the catch cleanly to dismiss Ben Cox for 43 much needed runs. The 10 before that ball helping the Worcestershire total.
Yeah, just 1 club short there, I think, Ben Cox.
4th for Rhodes, whose figures had been slightly ruined, but now he's taken a 4th wicket. Big swing by Dorsh's. Mitchell, the new man, in.
Not going to face a ball at this rate, is he, Daryl Mitchell?
No. One ball to go from Will Rhodes. Dorsh's again moving around. Won't go for 4, but they should come back for a second. The best throw again from the Birmingham Bears. And Worcestershire Rapids ends up on 174 for 6.
13 coming off that last over. Thanks in large part to Ben Cox. Dorsis 12 from 10. Good effort from him, and Daryl Mitchell got padded up, got out there, and didn't end up facing a ball, but maybe he'll have a key role to play with ball in hand. 174 for 6. The Birmingham Bears will require 175 to win, and the Rapids put on their way to what looks a good total here by a terrific opening stand between Vessels and D'Oliveira of 70. Vessels making 35, and D'Oliveira again looking very good, looking like he was going to cruise towards his fourth half century of the tournament, but falling just short, a juggling catch in the deep by Adam Hose, one of 4 victims for Rhodes for 45, and then Ben Cox with a very good 43 out right in the last over. Steepler held by Hayne at long on. Libby out for 18, Whiteley for 4, Barnard for 7, Dorcas not out 12. There were 10 extras, 174 for 6 in their 20 overs. Jacob Bethel, the teenager, opening the bowling 2 overs, none for 18. Rob Yates, 3 overs, none for 26. Craig Miles, 3 overs, 1 for 27. Ryan Sidebottom, 4 overs, 1 for 37 in his very first T20 appearance. Took a very good catch as well. Will Rhodes, though, the pick of the bowlers, career best figures of 4 for 34 from his 4 overs. And Jake Lintott with his left arm leg spin, 4 overs, none for 29. So Worcestershire totalling 174 for 6. The Birmingham Bears will need 175 to win the game. Durham here a couple of home games ago, and he's timed that nicely, found the gap, more importantly through points, and away it goes. D'Oliveira finds it, updated it against Leicestershire here in the last home game, and away it goes again. That'll be 4 more in front of square this time. Oh, beautifully guided. Just waited for it, Vessels. To use time, and then 69 in the last home game here against Leicestershire.
Just pipped it, didn't he? And he beats the circle. That one will race away for 4. Out through the backward.
Beautifully played. Well, it wasn't quite over until that shot from all was quiet before they smacked him back over his head for 6. That's a full toss, and D'Oliveira's cheekily managed to get
the 3rd from this New Road end. Most economical so far. Flicked by Vessels off his toes. That probably will run away for 4 more, and it does. 29 apiece for Vessels and D'Oliveira now. D'Oliveira's off just 14. This one, Vessels flicks away for 4 more. Turned on it.
So far. Got it away. Just enough elevation on it. And he's had a very good season in all forms. Not quite for Ricky Vessels, eyeing up somewhere near the cathedral. Oh, he's certainly got hold of that. That's out the ground. Tremendous. Goes big again. Could be in trouble though. Juggles it but holds it. D'Oliveira's gone. Former Warwickshire captain Michael Powell. Muscled that away. Might go for 4. It does. For 100 runs against Warwickshire. This is his 4th innings, his 6th match against them. Got hold of that one. Oh, very well caught. Really well done.
Cox goes big. That should be 6, and it is.
Very well held as well by the gentleman. Now up to 8. Well, that's an emphatic reply. Whiteley looking to... So Cox answers with a bit of invention, and he gets 4. It's a terrific effort.
Cox on 29. Get back for 2, or they're going to try. Slightly wait. Ryan's on with that throw. Barnard, bold, trying to flick it round. Well,
that'll do. Not where he intended, but it's the perfect result.
this one should be away for 6, and it is straight.
Bat.
Tries to repeat it. It's not where he intended, but goes away for 4 more. Ed Pollock can't cut it off.
They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears. We're keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear.
Anyone for tea?
It's a day we break through. It's a day we break through.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that. I have now, yeah. Chap's kindly given me his.
I have requested some more. I'll have
What's your name? Jamie. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Jamie's paid a blinder.
You're good. You should be doing
Delayed by rain. here we go then, as the Birmingham Bears walk out to begin their chase. 175 the target to beat the Worcestershire Rapids and get their quest for a top 4 place and a potential quarter-final back on track. The other games of note in this group tonight, Durham against Derbyshire. These matches started at least an hour after us here at New Road. Durham 37 for 1 in the 4th over there. And Northamptonshire are struggling early on against Lancashire at Old Trafford. They're 43 for 3. And there's been no play at all at Trent Bridge because of rain between the top 2, Notts Outlaws against Yorkshire Vikings. Ed Pollock and Adam Hose, the 2 men charged with this Bears response.
Ben Dorshus will start the Worcestershire Rapids innings with a brilliant delivery.
Yeah, good start from Dorshus.
Worcestershire with the slip in as well. Mitchell.
Yeah, that's a nice idea. 13 wickets in the competition for Ben Dorshus, only Charlie Morris has taken more.
So guided away to Sodhi on the boundary.
But as we've said time and again, pretty much every time we've seen him play, Ben Dorshus, that just looking more and more the part, and more the player that Worcestershire hoped they were getting when they signed him from Sydney Sixers, showing the pedigree that's helped him win 2 BBL titles. Make him sound like a basketball player there, don't I? I mean, the Big Bash.
98
winners.
T20 career wickets. 2 more for his 100. Rather T20 specialist. Hits Hose with this one. You think they'd be pleased with their 2 overseas, or the 2 signings for the T20, wouldn't you, this year? Late change to get Ish Sodhi rather than Sandeep Lamishane, who had a number of sort of issues relating to passport and visa and etc. This one beats the inner field from Hose and away for 4. First boundary, the Bears reply.
Yeah, I mean, Alan Richardson actually, funnily enough, was talking about the impact of the 2 overseas guys, but what they've done not only on the field. We've seen both of them, Dorshus in particular, we've seen signs from Sodhi as well, the sort of quality he brings in the last couple of games. She's talking about the way they've added to the chemistry in the group.
This one given a wide.
And that sort of guidance as well off the field. I mean, Cox has mentioned that as captain about the importance of getting Dorshus in and around the younger bowlers and the bowlers in general, really, passing on his expertise. I mean, that's what you hope for, isn't it? When you sign overseas players, it's not just their performances on the pitch that you're hoping they'll sort of produce, but also contribute off the field as well. Good team players and good in the dressing room and what they can pass on to the other players. It's not just about the young players either, it's the more seasoned pros that, you know, are still learning.
The value adding, Dorshus to finish his over. Worked away by Hose at time, just a single. 6 off the first over. Or 7 rather. Head of the scoreboard. Yeah, well, Worcestershire have got a sort of strong pedigree, haven't they, in their overseas players, especially those from Australia, New Zealand. Especially with Dorchester and Sodhi having a lot of T20 experience.
Well, here they are now, look, you know, just going through the final bits with Dylan Pennington. Well, he gets going. Of course, buoyed by that wild card into the 100 for this season. It starts next month. Joining Moeen Ali and Pat Brown in the Birmingham Phoenix squad. 9 wickets in the tournament so far. It starts with an outside edge, so a moral victory of sorts.
Can you remember all the names? Or you just
Of
the
100.
Birmingham one?
Just the closest one, Sal. That's all I can remember. Southern, hang on, I'm going to say Southern Brave, but that's the wrong one, isn't it? That's the women's team. Trent Rockets, Welsh Fire.
Fire, yeah, Welsh Fire. It sounds like a bit of a band.
Northern.
The Trent Rockets from years ago.
Supporting the Bay City Rollers. Might push for 2 here, and they do. Was it Northern Lights? Is it the Northern Lights?
Isn't that what you go and watch?
No, not the Northern Lights.
I don't know, you might be right, but it just sounds like when there's a
southeast
view to see.
Southeast corner. No?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to help you out particularly.
Well, he took his time there, umpires, given the no ball for the height, with consultation with his colleague at square leg.
Was that an awful lot higher than the one Dorchester's got? I know their heads are in different places.
He is very tall, Adam Hose, that's all I will say. Nicely fielded by Pennington. Crikey, it did not
thought he was in
that.
goal.
Exactly, yeah. Long off would have been employed at backing that up. 2 balls to go. I have an eventful over from Dylan Pennington. Bowling to Ed Pollock. Once of these parts, of course. On the Worcestershire books as a youngster, schooled up the road at the Royal Grammar School, former Herefordshire player. Plays his club cricket in Worcestershire as well, doesn't he? Has a score of 62 against Notts in round 2, 46 and 33 not out, his other major scores so far, but he's a very destructive player, and there's an example of it. Short and helped on its way out the ground by Ed Pollock. The first 6 of the Bears' reply, 20 without loss. 13 runs coming off that first over from Dylan Pennington. So a disappointing start, but No ball, and then a 6 to end the over for Pennington. And Charlie Morris, top wicket taker, 15 wickets so far.
Really proving himself, isn't he, in T20 cricket? Still only his 24th game, and he's bowled him. Bowled Adam Hose for 9. First ball from Charlie Morris this evening. First wicket.
Yeah, really important, because they just had that big over the Bears, just to peg them back a little. And terrific first ball from Charlie Morris. 16 wickets he has now. He's had a terrific competition. Twice this season he's taken personal bests. As you mentioned, Sal, he's new to T20 cricket. But, 3 for 37 against Durham, and then updated that against Derby in the last game, 3 for 21. And he struck immediately with his first ball here.
There's only 2 games he hasn't taken wickets in the competition, against Notts and Yorkshire in the second time they played them, although he did only bowl 1 over against Notts. He's taken wickets in all the other games.
It's man of the moment here for Warwickshire, for the Bears, though. Their captain Will Rhodes, brilliant with the ball.
Morris beats the note. Rapids have kept the slip in. Mitchell's still there. Another dot ball. Dorshus at mid-on. Charlie Morris having a little chat with Dorshus, as we were saying. Just using his experience. And the singing starts. Again, beats Will Rhodes. Fine over from Charlie Morris so far. Started with the wicket, Hose 9 from 9. Now Will Rhodes can't get off the mark. Does on this occasion. He'll come back for 2. Whiteley doing the fielding. Could throw into Ben Cox, but can't prevent the second run.
Well, he's looked a handful in this over, hasn't he, Charlie Morris?
Yeah.
Didn't look a comfortable shot from Rhodes.
No. Wasn't quite timed, was it? Edgy. Final ball of Morris's over. Just gets it past Mitchell. Barnard will tidy up, but they'll come back for 2. And a round of applause for Charlie Morris's first over. 4 from it, and the wicket of Adam Hose.
Yeah, just 4 runs coming from it, though. I mean, ultimately, I want to get his economy rate down. At the moment, it's over 9.5 this season. It's a bit higher than that, I think, in terms of his overall career.
It's a little bit lower.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. 9.55.
Oh, close enough, for heaven's sake. Dorshus then. First stab at the New Road end.
something Worcestershire did very well against Derbyshire was that squeeze in the middle of the overs between the power play and 15. Derbyshire, they didn't let them get an over costing double figures at all.
Well, they've done that pretty effectively most of the season, haven't they? It's not been perfect, obviously. That's the nature of the beast, really, with T20.
You're always going to get the odd over, aren't you, generally speaking?
I mean, everything's on the knife. Everything's on the knife edge, isn't it? So,
but that's that bit, isn't it? Really put the squeeze on, make it hard to score. Which, to be fair, is what the Bears did, didn't they? I mean, Worcestershire were 70 off 7, and then 104 off the next 13.
He's doing a good job here, though. Dorsh's tying him up, not giving the left-hander any room. Two of them to have a go at now. Slightly slower and well watched by Ed Pollock. Dismissed to the backward square leg fence into double figures now. He has 12. The Bears up to 30. Just behind the required rate at the moment, but not by much. Lead 8.9, they're 8.2. All of that as well, but D'Oliveira is one of the best in the business just there. Either side though, that was 4. Absolutely cream that, Ed Pollock.
It was travelling, wasn't it?
Oh, lovely shot. Terrific stroke to finish the over by Ed Pollock. He's up to 19. 34 for 1, 10 coming from that over from Ben Dorshus. And Pollock is dangerous. 16 from 9. Two overs for 17 now for Dorshus. See him a bit later, no doubt.
Started it well, didn't he? 2 singles and a dot ball. Darryl Mitchell wasn't going to put in the Pennington dive. That raced past him.
Here's a top shot. Now Pennington 12 in his first over. A change of ends now.
Hit out past Vessels, and that will go for 4. 4 for Rhodes. Vessels had just been swapped with Charlie Morris. Morris has come to short, fine leg. That was straight past Vessels. Nothing he could do about that one.
Yeah, only Sam Haynes got more runs in the T20 this season than Will Rhodes.
Rhodes, another swish at that one though. A few of those from him this evening.
Over 200 runs, 79 he got against Leicestershire. He'll feel the forces with him though, after taking 4 wickets with the ball, personal best figures in this form of the game.
Cleverly dabs that one down. They want 2. Slowly fires it into Ben Cox, the 4th.
The Force.
The Force is with him.
Yeah, you seen Star Wars, Sal?
No, definitely not.
Well, I'd recommend you watch them.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you really haven't?
No.
What's the matter with you?
Charming. Not Star Wars, nor Star Trek.
Dear. Oh.
No, not for me. The wide, unfortunately, from Dylan Pennington.
Next you'll be saying you don't watch EastEnders.
I don't. I don't watch any soaps, actually. Have I gone down in your estimation? That one. Not quite timed by Pollock. There's no run there. Sport and comedy.
Just sport, then.
Sport, comedy, or a drama. I like a good drama.
What, you're Swansea City fans? You combine the two, don't you?
Well, all three: sport, comedy, and drama. Yeah, if you've watched them play for 30 odd years, you've seen all of it, or a lot of it. Still not quite timed by Pollock. And to Vessels is at mid off. Yep, see what the new season brings. Not far away now.
I think we know, Sal, don't we? You can have a guess.
Playoffs again. Pennington goes over the head from Pollock. Past Sodi and away for 4 more. There's up to 44 for 1.
Yeah, a bit of a struggle for Pennington tonight. 10 runs off that over. 44 for 1. The same stage, the Rapids are a little ahead. 51 without loss. Two overs for 22. Dylan Pennington's figures so far. Change of ends for Charlie Morris. 1 for 4 from his only over to date. Picking up Adam Hose with his first delivery. And this is the last over of the power play. Men out at fine leg and mid wicket on the fence. Just short of Pennington. Whether Rhodes saw him late there and then decided to abort the shot, which may have saved him. Got to make sure you get it high if you're going to get it over Dylan Pennington. Slower ball from Morris. It'll just be a single. Whiteley tidying it up nicely. They're pretty much on track at the moment. Some change of course after the power play. It'll calm down a bit, but
the Duckworth Lewis score is 44 at the moment, isn't it? Which always gives you a fair indication as well as the innings ticks by.
Yeah, there's no problem with the weather tonight though. Tomorrow is a different story, and that's cleaned up beautifully. And Rhodes has gone. Morris has struck again with another key blow. A wicket in each of his first 2 overs so far. This one hasn't finished yet. Rhodes has gone. 46 for 2.
Yeah, great bowling again by Charlie Morris.
Well, that old virtue, isn't it, Sal? Straight.
Hit the wicket.
Cross the line, you miss, I hit. Top of off, thank you very much.
Having a fine competition. Charlie Morris as we said, you need to chip away, shape the wicket, regulate.
I think the key is arriving at the wicket now, though, Sam Hain.
Yeah, kind of hoped it'd have been called up by England.
Well, I think he's unlucky, yeah. I mean, there's been one or two shouts for Ben Cox as well.
Yeah,
for that
if we talk about people probably
emergency
being unlucky.
squad. Yeah, but Hain, for me, it's definitely got to be in and around that shout, particularly if you're starting from scratch like England had to this week. Always seems to do well against the Rapids. He's averaging over 55 in white ball cricket against them. In 15 matches in total. 161 not out here in the 50 over competition. I think I might have been here for that actually. Every time I see him though, Hain, I always think class act.
Yeah.
So Worcestershire will want to see the back of him ASAP. 47 for 2.
Got best of 69 this season, hasn't he? 69 not out. Born in Hong Kong as well.
Yeah, born in Hong Kong, raised in Australia. Yeah. Played
Nice.
played for Australian under-19s. There's a bit of a hoo-ha from the Australians when he came over and sort of threw his lot in with England.
He said that was just something that happened, wasn't it? He was always going to play for England.
I think he's always intended to qualify and play for England.
Spotted whilst in Edinburgh, wasn't he? On a sort of exchange visit.
Trump me there. Last ball of the power play is a dot ball, well bowled Charlie Morris. Another very intelligent over from him. Another successful one as well. 48 for 2 after 6 overs. 64 without loss. The Rapids were at the same stage. 2 overs, 2 for 8 now for Charlie Morris. So his very, very good figures.
If you could just keep that pattern going, 4 runs and a wicket, and the next couple will be nice, wouldn't it?
So here's the key part then of this match. Power play is finished. How's it going to shake down from here? Here's Sodhi is being brought into the attack as the Rapids will try and put the squeeze on. Still need another 127 to win Birmingham Bears from 14 overs.
Look, just take a single up to Ed Barnard. Fairway in from the boundary, about halfway between the boundary and the circle. By the time he fielded that one. Hain pushes that on past Mitchell. Both having a look at Sodhi.
Yeah, averages 47 in T20 cricket against the Rapids, Sam Hain. Just a touch under 400 runs. Three half centuries. He's only scored more runs against Nottinghamshire, in actual fact. His 10th game against the Rapids tonight.
Looks that one out to Ross Whiteley on the leg side. Is Sodhi looking for his 200th T20 wicket this evening? And 199 at the moment. All behind square leg. Still just a single.
He's had a quiet start, hasn't he, Sodhi? I mean, he's again, a bit like Dorses, he's sort of got more and more influential as the games have gone on. He's taken 1 wicket in his last, at least 1 wicket in his last 4 appearances. Economy rate's been really good as well.
Livy fields that one to end the over. 6 singles from it. 54 for 1. Yeah, he hasn't sort of set the place on fire in that sense, but he's chipped away, hasn't he? 7 wickets, just over 8.
Yeah, quietly effective. His economy rate has been 7 in his last 4 appearances from 15 overs. Little spell.
Yeah, 1 for 24, 1 for 28 in the last 2. Daryl Mitchell.
So slow bowling from both ends. Of course, became the first man in Worcestershire T20 history to take 100 wickets in this form of the game. Against Derbyshire, 54 for 2, coming on another very important time. Through they come. As long as these two stay in for the Bears, as long as they're in, they will feel in control of this chase. Such a big partnership, this. That's what putting the pressure on the fielder can do. Rare slip from D'Oliveira.
He's so keen to get it in and have a shot at the stumps almost, isn't he?
Yeah, it hasn't cost them a run, but did force the error. Cut away. Needs a good dive here, and it is a dive, but they can't cut it off. Ed Barnard with a very good effort. Just a bit short and wide from Daryl Mitchell. And Pollock can free his arms and get that bat speed going. He's so dangerous. 30 from 19. There he goes again. I think he's got enough on it. He has. Over Ricky Vessels. 4 and 6. Pollock in the mood. .36 from 20. Danger here for the Rapids. More runs. Pennington with the tumble at third man. End of the over. 14, yes, coming from that over from Daryl Mitchell. That's brought the comparison a bit closer. After 7 overs, it was 54 for 2 versus 70 for 1, and now 68 for 2 plays 75 for 1. It's the Rapid score. Pollock 37 from 21. Hayne at the moment has been pretty much a spectator at the other end. 6 from 7.
Sodhi with his second over. Appeal for LBW. Mainly from him and Cox.
It's worth noting Pollock's career strike rate is 162.
Time worked out to Libby, so he'll only get one.
He's approaching 1,000 runs. 912 before tonight. So we've got 950 now.
Well done.
Thank you.
Hayne gets out to Barnard. Sound great off the bat, that one. Bears run rate just over 8, and just over 9 is the required rate of 105 to win. Pollock to Barnard this time. Comes in from the boundary, see the fielding, good throw into Cox. Singles again. Sodhi's over. Two balls left in the ninth. Hayne tries to come down and meet that one, but doesn't time anything on it. Applause from the crowd. Slightly more noticeable crowd this evening, shall we say.
Certainly closer to our effects mic, aren't they?
The singing group. Hayne watches that one as it bounces past. Dot ball to end Sodhi's second over. 71 for 2. Just 3 coming from it. So tightened back up by Sodhi.
Yeah, such an important game tonight for both these sides. Rapids third at the moment, 1 point, but 2 places ahead of the Bears. So if they can win tonight, suddenly they go 3 points clear with 2 games to go. But the Bears know that a win for them can take them above the Rapids. Barnard into the attack. Yeah, a win for the Bears tonight would really throw it open for those last 2 slots for the top 4. If you assume that the Outlaws and the Vikings have got the top 2 sewn up.
The game between the two of them was rain delayed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I still don't think they've started up there. Durham have had the best of it against the Steelbacks early on. Can't quite free his arms to the full extent, Ed Pollock. From 26. Run rate starting, the gap between the current run rate and the required one is starting to edge out a little, and that'll be 4. A little deflection. How intentional it was from Sam Hayne, not 100% sure. But he won't care, neither will the Bears. Another boundary, 78 for 2. Hayne into double figures, going along at a runner ball now. They'll try and put pressure on here, on Libby. And it's enough to come back for a second. pace off for the final ball of the over. 81 for 2. 10 runs coming from that Ed Barnard over. He's completed the double. 50 wickets and 500 runs in the last game against Derbyshire, Ed Barnard. Very good little milestone for him. Halfway then. 10 gone, 10 to go. 81 for 2 the Bears, 92 for 2 the Rapids were. Brett D'Oliveira in for his first bowl for a while.
Bowled him. Bowled Hayne with his first delivery. Middle stump knocked back. Got rid of certainly a danger man in Sam Hayne. Gone for 15. Much in the T20 this season.
Yeah, not a brilliant shot from Sam Hayne coming down the track to one that didn't really turn. It just pitched on and went on and hit middle stump. Perhaps didn't get up quite as high as Hayne thought, but not a brilliant shot, you have to say. And the Rapids will be absolutely thrilled with that. Hayne has gone. The man has so often proved a thorn in their side. Departs for just 15.
Much needed wicket as well.
Heaps a bit more of the pressure on the shoulders of Ed Pollock though with that wicket. Jacob Bethel is the next man due in.
They've sent in Matt Lamb, haven't they?
Making only his 10th appearance tonight. Strike rate of 121.
Another local boy, North Bromsgrove School, Bark Green cricket as well. It's off the mark. Darryl Mitchell this time comes over for a chat with Brett D'Oliveira as he moves around the field. This one hit hard by Pollock. Just one. Charlie Morris fields and a good solid throw in.
Yeah, key there was the quick release, wasn't it, from Morris? Got it in and got rid of it. Otherwise they might have considered pushing for 2.
Lamb has gone. D'Oliveira has his second wicket. Stumped by Ben Cox. Came out of his crease. And Brett D'Oliveira having a fine evening. 45 with the bat and taken 2 wickets in his first over.
Well, it's lovely work from Cox. Again, not a brilliant shot, you have to say, from Lamb this time, who didn't look particularly convincing at all in the 3 overs of the 3 balls that he faced. And then a nasty swipe across the line to a straight one, outside his off stump admittedly, but nowhere near it, and Cox does the rest. Miles out. 83 for 4. And Worcestershire, have they taken a crucial grip of this game?
Burgess takes a single to get off the mark, and a hearty round of applause for Brett D'Oliveira. 2 wickets and 3 runs in his first over this evening.
Yeah, potentially a match-winning grip, who knows. That over from Brett Oliveira, applying the brakes, picking up 2 wickets, getting rid of Sam Hain and Matt Lamb. Ed Pollock is still there though, that will be a worry. The required rate is now over 10 and over. They're going on just over 7.5. Ed Barnard to continue. "11 wickets against the Bears. The only team he's got double figures against. Suddenly this game has taken a lurch towards the home side here. 90 to win. 8 overs left after this one. Pollock now obviously the key target here. Michael Burgess is with him. Got 100 against Worcestershire in the championship match in the season at Edgbaston. Did very well for that, the wicket keeper. Playing his 49th T20 match tonight.
We mentioned the county championship against Warwickshire. That begins again on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
Before the two meet again next Friday at Edgbaston in the T20. Tickets are available for Sunday and the Royal London Cup online. If you fancy coming along.
Going to go all the way. It's a bit of a waste. 4 runs given, so got something on that, Michael Burgess. Maybe a bit of glove or underside edge, perhaps.
Been 2 like that off the bowling of Barnard, haven't they? I think there's 8 runs I don't really want to be conceding.
Talking of things coming up, if you want to bid on the match-worn shirts against Leicestershire, yeah, you still can, can't you, on the auction?
You can. Yep, the St Richard's Hospice shirts from that match. The logo was swapped from Morgan. Kindly change it that day to St Richard's Hospice to raise money. And if you fancy one of the players' shirts from that game, you have until 10 o'clock on Sunday to put your bid in.
Bowled again. Little cutter to finish from Ed Barnard. 90 for 4. 5 runs off that over. After 12 overs, Worcestershire were 107 for 2, so they are ahead of the rate here. The Bears behind it, going along at 7.5 and over. They need 10.5. 85 to go from 8 overs. And if you want to get in touch with us, there's still time, you can via social media. #Rapid is what you need.
Oliveira, not surprisingly, bowling his second over. Three runs and 2 wickets from the first one. What can he do in this one? Up to Vessels for a single. Vessels down on the boundary. And he's bowled him! Bowled Burgess. 3rd wicket for Brett Oliveira. He's having a fantastic evening. You're saying he hasn't bowled much in the competition this season. Well, certainly proving valuable tonight.
Well, Ed Pollock is still there, and as long as he is, Worcestershire won't feel comfortable. But they are making serious inroads. They are doing their best to remove the guts of this Bears reply, even if Pollock is last man standing. D'Oliveira is leading from the front here. Very good stuff indeed. Half the team out. And they're only just over the halfway mark in terms of runs needed.
Heaps can't work that one away. Just get the fuller ball down on the ground though. Thought about a second, but Vessels was already ball in hand. Another single to Pollock to take them up to 45. And the end of Brett D'Oliveira's second over, 94 for 5.
Well, he's already
scoreboard can't find.
Best bowling figures for Brett D'Oliveira against the Birmingham Bears. Never taken 3 wickets against them before. 3 for 5 he's got.
Oh, it was 93 for 5. Just the 3 singles off the over.
Leg spin from both ends now. As the Worcestershire squeeze continues. 93 for 5 after 13, 111 for 3 was the Rapids total at the same stage. Pollock on 45, got to do it on his own here. His top edge, I think he's going to be safe, is he? Yes, just plops in front of D'Oliveira. Back they'll come for 2.
I think he could have sealed man of the match award if he'd been able to get to that and catch it.
Yeah. It'll take some to get there, but
fairway between D'Oliveira and Whiteley, wasn't it? Out on the cathedral side, on the leg side boundary.
Goes again, and this time he's got it. 6 runs over mid-wicket for Ed Pollock. Brings up his half century as well. 53 from 34 deliveries. And he remains the danger man here for the Rapids' chances. And remains the big hope, the last hope possibly for the Bears to pull off this run chase. It's his third 6 to go with his 4 fours. 53 from 34. Match is not won yet. 100 is up as well. Could be out now though. Ben Cox takes the catch. The celebrations are a little bit more jubilant, and you can understand why. Ed Pollock has gone, and is that the wicket that unlocks the door for victory here for the Rapids? Pollock out for 53, the very next delivery after he smacked it over mid-wicket for 6. And the Rapids now will really sense that this match is theirs now for the taking. 74 still needed for victory for the Birmingham Bears. 2 balls left of this Ish Sodhi over.
That wicket getting Ed Pollock was Sodhi's 200th T20 wicket in his career. Fine time to get it.
And it might well be the wicket that proves to be the match clincher here.
Cox didn't have to move, did he, to take that?
No. Just going to try and close this out now, the Rapids. 1 ball remaining of Sodhi's over. 1 for 17. And a dot ball to finish it as well. Brilliant over from Sodhi. Got smacked out the ground, but he had the last laugh, getting rid of the crucial man, Ed Pollock. 101 for 6. 8 runs off that over. 6 overs to go. Worcestershire were 120 for 3 with 6 overs remaining. 3 wickets for D'Oliveira, 2 for Charlie Morris, 1 for Ish Sodhi. .74 still needed for the Bears.
D'Oliveira into his 3rd over. Bethel's fast across the ground and getting the ball away again. Jacob Bethel out there now with Robbie Yates.
Another lefty.
Yeah. And he played two T20 matches before this one. D'Oliveira does his own fielding. Fast across the ground. And has scored 5 runs in those 2 innings.
17 though.
I know, 17. What were you doing when you were 17?
Not this. Struggling to get off the mark for the old Vigornians, that's what I was doing.
Were they old then?
Yes, they've always been old.
Yates down to D'Oliveira that time. Classic fielding by Pennington. Didn't want the ball going through his legs. Doing your A-levels?
Yes. Learning to drive.
Yeah. D'Oliveira beats Bethel and Cox reminding him he's there, taking the bails off.
Well, his best bowling, D'Oliveira, 4 for 26 against Gloucestershire in a quarter-final 3 years ago.
Flip round the corner. It wasn't Pennington before, was it? It was Morris. Pennington's in front of me. That should have been the clue, shouldn't it? Look at who's right in front of you first. It looked more like him down there, the way he fielded it. It's my excuse, anyway. I still haven't gone for that eye test. I'm way overdue.
You and me both, crikey.
I don't fancy anyone being that close to me. I've got used to no one being very close to me the last 18 months.
Five overs to go. 70 needed for the Birmingham Bears. Up against it here. Big swing from Bethel. He's got hold of that though. Out it goes towards the hotel. And the young man has hoisted seasoned pro T20 winner, international bowler is Sodhi out the park. Almost rattling the windows of those on the ground floor as well.
You definitely weren't doing that at 70.
No. 111 for 6. He goes again. I think he's going to be safe though, is he? Picked up late. Oh, well held. Thought for a second he was going to get away with it because Ross Whiteley was just on his heels a touch. But he hit the gas when he had to and got there and was his usual safe self. Easy catch in the end. And Bethel's gone. The very next ball after clubbing that 6. But it's that sort of situation now for Birmingham. They've got to go for it. Time is running out. Wickets are running out. 111 for 7. The Rapids closing out victory here. Still need 64. Sodhi picks up his second wicket.
Yeah. If you wanted anyone coming in and having to make a bit of a reach for that one, it was Ross Whiteley, wasn't it? 50 catches for Worcestershire now.
Was he?
Yeah. There you go.
Good. How many has he got this season? I did make a note of it now, but irritatingly I've left
that
it
will
off
be
these
his
notes.
8th.
That's the most. Oh, Vessels has got more, hasn't he? Has he got 9?
Yeah, I think he has, still just ahead of him.
Oh, well bowled. Beautiful ball from his Sodhi.
Like you say though, Bethel didn't really have a choice. I know he'd hit the other one for 6, but they still had to keep going. Such is the run rate.
Should be out, is out. Easy for Cox. And Yates has gone, and Worcestershire now charging towards the finish line. It's the 3rd wicket for Ish Sodhi. And Warwickshire now 8 down, 111 for 8. Sliding to defeat. And Ish Sodhi again. He'd slipped him the wrong on the ball before, beat him on the outside edge and then bamboozling him. And Cox doing the rest, his second stumping of the night. And Jake Lintott is the new man. Well, the situation is nigh on impossible now for Birmingham. 64 needed, 4 overs to go after this one. 2 balls left.
Just 2 wickets as well.
Sodhi's best figures for Worcestershire. His best figures against Warwickshire as well. 2 for 39 in his Knox days. That's edged and that should be out. It is! Sodhi on a hat-trick. And the Rapids on the brink. Lintott's got to go. The reverse lap has just lollipopped it into Daryl Mitchell's hands. $119 for 9. 3rd wicket falling on Nelson. Four for 23 now, Sodhi. Win it in this over, possibly.
Yeah. 1 ball to go.
He's some off his best bowling though. 6 for 11 is his best T20 cricket. Worcestershire on the verge of a thumping win here. And kudos to Ben Cox for keeping his slip in. Not the hat-trick for Sodi. But an end of a very good over nonetheless. Three wickets coming from it, 7 runs coming from it, and that has broken the back of this Bears reply and their resistance. 4 overs to go. They need 63 to win, or in other words, a miracle.
Gets his round of applause down in front of the hotel. Brett D'Oliveira going for his 4th and final over. See if he can wrap this up. Bottom watches that one go past. Driven down the ground. They'll only take the single though. This will help Worcestershire's run rate as well, which isn't too healthy. Could possibly be factored in when you get to the quarter-final places. Hit down the ground, can't quite take the catch. Charlie Morris, diving effort down in front of the D'Oliveira stand.
That would have been some way to win it.
It would.
Managed to hang on to that.
Down the ground once more. And Brett D'Oliveira finishes his spell. 3 wickets this evening. 3 for 15. Fantastic evening's work from his 4 overs, as well as 45 from 25 with the bat for the Rapids to really set the tone this evening, with Ricky Vessels, who made 35 from 25 as they put on 70 for the first wicket before Vessels was out. And 3 wickets for 15 runs. Fantastic spell by D'Oliveira.
Dorsius then. 1 more wicket needed for victory. 3 overs to go. And Miles, the side bottom here, just got to find some way of making it respectable. 56 still needed.
Someone optimistically just said a side bottom half century. I heard.
Yeah, well, it would need something like that, wouldn't it?
17 balls.
On his T20 debut.
Yeah. Although he is 31. Nearly 32.
Late bloomer.
Late bloomer.
Well, he's been late to the first class games generally, hasn't he?
Yeah. There was also something mentioned by Lintott saying, you know, not everyone, you know, is going to be at their strongest and show everything and develop at the same time. So you do need to be flexible.
Half stopped. We'll come back for 2.
We might still bloom.
That would redefine late if that was the case.
I think some people think they're at Wembley as opposed to New Road.
Dug out well by Miles. Again, they'll consider 2 and they'll get them. Vessel's the man coming in from the deep.
Fine bowling by Endorcius.
Got that away without certainly looking at the ball for very long. Miles, short in at his face. Last ball coming up. Oh, what a way to end it! Brilliant stuff! Daryl Mitchell! What a catch at cover! Side bottom, out for 3, the last man to go. Dorcius picks up his first wicket, and the Worcestershire Rapids absolutely by 49 runs. A crucial victory in the race for the quarter-finals. The two teams will do battle again in a week's time. The Bears may well be stronger in terms of their personnel without 3 key players tonight, and it showed really. The Rapids getting off to a very good start with the bat, posting a very competitive total, and then a brilliant squeeze with the ball, and only Ed Pollock with a very good half century offered any kind of resistance. Brilliant work from the spinners. Is Sony 4 for 24, best figures for Worcestershire from his 4 overs. Brett Oliveira, fantastic from him too, 3 for 15, career best figures for him as well, and 2 wickets for Charlie Morris, 2 for 8 from 2 overs. More terrific work from him, and a really great result for the Worcestershire Rapids, summed up by a brilliant catch. Really set the tone for that whole performance, Sal.
Yeah, it was a fine way to end. It was just petering out a little bit, and that catch is what you come to expect from the Rapids. Nice it for somebody like Daryl Mitchell just to get involved in fine performances this evening. Fine bowling from Charlie Morris. He only bowled for 2 overs, but 2 for 8 from him. A great evening from Brett Oliveira, who just keeps performing in these T20 games and has been very consistent this season. They really needed to back up the win last Friday at Derbyshire, and they knew they needed to get a win really in one of these, or 2 of these 3 games, I think, to try and secure a quarter-final spot. It will be an away fixture most likely if they can. I think the top 2 positions fairly certainly will go to Notts and Yorkshire. But on to 14 points now, the Rapids, and another fine evening here at New Road, working well as a team. So it doesn't have to be the same people starring in each victory, but sometimes take it in turns. And just another sort of complete performance, really.
Yeah, I think that they batted really well. The power play was terrific, 64 without loss, and Vessels and D'Oliveira gave them a really good platform. And it got a bit sticky. Warwickshire bowled okay, they restricted them, and maybe, yeah, 4 from the next 14 overs, as you mentioned. Maybe we're looking for more than that. They were looking at one stage of threatening 200, but 174, I think they would have accepted that.
It became harder to bat, didn't it?
Yeah, it
I think as
didn't
well.
look that easy. But they've been beautifully played. Well, it was a quiet over until that shot from... He's had a very good season in all forms. Not quite for Ricky Vessels, eyeing up somewhere near the Cathedral. Oh, he's certainly got hold of that. That's out the ground. Tremendous. Goes big again. Could be in trouble though. Juggles it but holds it. D'Oliveira's
Worcestershire, isn't it?
got hold of that one. Oh, very well caught. Really well done.
Cox goes big, that should be 6, and it is.
Very well held as well by the gentleman. Now up to 8. Well, that's an emphatic reply. Whiteley looking to...
Run side bottom with that throw. Barnard bold, trying to flick it round. Well, this one should be away for 6, and it is straight.
No avail, 3 balls to go.
Another big one, but that's going to go high and into the hands of Hayne, who takes the catch down in front of us. Put his finger to his lips in a gesture to the crowd.
To shush the crowd, there are 1 or 2
jeers as that ball was in the air. He took
Yeah, there's no problem with the weather tonight though. Tomorrow is a different story, and that's cleaned up beautifully. And Rhodes has gone. Morris has struck again. In for his first bowl for a while.
bowled him. Bowled Hayne. His first delivery. Middle stump.
Pushing for 2.
Lamb's gone. Oliveira has his second wicket. And he's bowled him. Bowled Burgess. Third wicket for Brett Oliveira. Leg side boundary.
Goes again, and this time he's got it. 6 runs over mid-wicket. 100 is up as well. Could be out now though. Ben Cox. 111 for 6. He goes again. I think he's going to be safe though, is he? Picked up late. Oh, well held. Thought for a second. Should be out, is out. Easy for Cox. And Yates has gone, and Worcestershire now charge. That's edge, and that should be out. It is. Sony on a hat-trick. Oh, what a way to end it. Brilliant stuff. Daryl Mitchell. What a catch at cover. Side bottom. Hope so. But it's been great fun. Thanks ever so much for your company when you've been following us on the live stream this season on wccc.co.uk or via the club's official YouTube channel. So from me, Dan Wheeler.
Me, Sally Bentley Reid. Good evening.
Very good evening to you. See you next season.